Alright, buckle up because what I'm about to say sounds like something straight out of a Netflix true crime series. Except this time, it's not an episode, it's real life. Sean Diddy Combs, hip-hop mogul, billionaire entrepreneur, professional party thrower, and self-proclaimed bad boy for life, has just been sentenced to 50 months in federal prison. Yeah, you heard that right. Diddy. Prison. The man who once rapped about can't stop, won't stop is officially being stopped by the US government. Welcome back to Pop Break, where celebrity drama meets forensic analysis and a little bit of chaos. If you like your pop culture piping hot and your gossip fact-checked with attitude, hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell, because around here, we don't just spill tea, we launch it into orbit. Now, let's talk about the moment the entire industry froze. It's Friday morning in federal court. Cameras flashing, murmurs in the crowd, a few reporters clutching triple-shot lattes like their lives depend on it. Diddy walks in, looking like a man who's aged a decade in a year because, well, he kind of has. The judge clears his throat, looks Diddy dead in the eye, and delivers the words no amount of money or power could protect him from. You are hereby sentenced to 50 months in federal custody. Boom. The courtroom gasps. And with that, one of hip-hop's most powerful empires officially crumbles. See, this moment didn't come out of nowhere. This was the grand finale to a federal investigation that's been bubbling beneath the surface for years, the kind of slow-burn scandal that makes you realize just how deep the rabbit hole goes when fame, fortune, and unchecked power collide. The FBI had been digging into Diddy's business operations for months, pulling threads from every corner of his empire: music, fashion, nightlife, and, allegedly, an underground network of exploitation that makes Hollywood's darkest rumors look like kindergarten gossip. And then came the trial. 3 months ago, Diddy stood before a jury facing multiple federal charges, including 2 related to prostitution and human trafficking. The defense tried every trick in the Celebrity Crisis Management Handbook, the misunderstood genius angle, the I'm a changed man plea, even the look at all my charities PowerPoint. But when the prosecution dropped bombshell evidence, sealed photos, financial transactions, and witness testimonies that could have been movie scripts, it was game over. The jury deliberated for just under 6 hours before returning a guilty verdict. You could feel the shift in the room, that collective realization that, for once, celebrity status wasn't going to be the get-out-of-jail-free card. Fast forward to the sentencing. Diddy's team came in with one last desperate move. Before the judge read his ruling, they played what might go down as one of the most bizarre legal strategies in modern entertainment history, a video montage. Yeah, a literal highlight reel, edited like a YouTube documentary, showcasing Diddy as a reformed family man. It had slow piano music, home footage with his kids, charity events, even clips of him praying. I swear, if there was a voiceover saying, Diddy, the redemption, it could have been a Peacock special. But here's the thing, the judge wasn't buying it. Because right after the video ended, he reportedly leaned forward and said something like, Mr. Combs, good fathers don't traffic women. Mic dropped. Now let's pause for a second because this moment is huge. We've seen celebrities dodge bullets before, legal ones, metaphorical ones, sometimes literal ones. The power of fame, money, and influence can turn any courtroom into a PR stage. But not this time. The justice system actually held a music mogul accountable for what appears to be years of unchecked abuse, manipulation, and corruption. And people are shook. Twitter, or X, whatever Elon's calling it this week, went nuclear. Memes, reactions, outrage, shock. One user wrote, Diddy really thought a home movie was gonna erase an FBI case. Another said, this man had 50 months in the making, fitting, since he's been trending for all 50 states. The internet, as usual, is both judge and jester. But underneath the jokes, there's a real sense of reckoning happening here. Because let's not forget, Diddy wasn't just a rapper. He was an institution. This man built Bad Boy Records, launched clothing lines, produced reality shows, hosted lavish parties that defined an era. He was the symbol of making it in the 2000s, the guy who took hip-hop from the streets to Madison Avenue. His image was pure excess, Yachts, champagne, silk suits, diamonds the size of toddlers. And now he's trading all that for an orange jumpsuit and a steel bunk bed. You can't make this stuff up. Now, here's where it gets even wilder, because of course it does. Diddy's defense team tried to argue for a more lenient sentence by pointing to his 14 months already served while awaiting trial. They said he'd been on good behavior, mentoring younger inmates, organizing faith-based discussion groups, and, I kid you not, producing positive hip-hop poetry workshops in prison. Somewhere, a Netflix producer is scribbling that down for season 2 of Orange is the new drip. But the prosecution? They were not having it. They painted Diddy as a man who'd used his wealth and power to exploit vulnerable people for decades. They cited evidence showing he controlled his staff through fear, orchestrated illegal activities behind closed doors, and used his fame as a shield. And when the FBI showed receipts, literal receipts, linking his business accounts to trafficking-related payments, it was game over. And while Diddy's PR machine is spinning this as a temporary setback, insiders say the fallout is just beginning. Multiple civil suits are reportedly being prepared by victims and several of Diddy's former associates, including bodyguards, assistants, and business partners, have already turned state's evidence. Translation: people are talking loudly. Meanwhile, the industry is doing what it always does when one of its titans falls, pretending it didn't see a thing. Suddenly, all those celebrity friends who used to call him brother for life are quieter than a Kardashian at a college lecture. No one's defending him. No one's even mentioning his name. It's like Diddy got Thanos snapped out of Hollywood overnight. The one person who did speak up, though? His longtime rival 50 Cent. Because of course he did. 50 took to Instagram within minutes of the sentencing, posting a photo of himself holding a glass of champagne with the caption, 50 months? Fitting. Guess he finally got bad boy locked up. The man stays on brand. But jokes aside, this moment is a turning point for hip-hop and celebrity culture as a whole. For decades, the entertainment industry has had a bad habit of letting power excuse behavior. He's a genius. He's misunderstood. He's just eccentric. Nah. Sometimes people are just bad. And when fame becomes a weapon instead of a reward, this is what happens. The Diddy empire was built on the idea of invincibility, that no matter what he did, no matter what rumors swirled, he'd come out untouchable. He was the man who could reinvent himself endlessly. Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Diddy Love. Every name was a new chapter in the myth of the mogul. But now, all that branding can't save him. The rebrand has run out. The legend's been stripped down to an inmate number. And you can feel the ripple effect. There's a nervous energy in Hollywood right now. Because when someone that powerful goes down, everyone starts wondering, who's next? You can practically hear publicists calling crisis teams, scrubbing old tweets, deleting videos. Because this isn't just about Diddy, it's about accountability finally catching up to an industry built on excess and secrecy. And yet, even as Diddy's legal team files appeals and fans argue online, one thing's crystal clear: the age of untouchable celebrity might be coming to an end. The internet doesn't forget, and the FBI definitely doesn't forgive. Now, let's not rewrite history completely. Diddy's legacy is complicated. The man changed music. He produced era-defining records, mentored legends like the Notorious B.I.G., and shaped the sound of late 90s hip-hop. His influence is undeniable. But influence doesn't equal innocence. For years, there were whispers, disturbing allegations, settlements, and stories that never fully broke the surface. And when those whispers finally became screams, the empire started to crumble. What's eerie is how this all mirrors a pattern we've seen before: powerful men using their fame as armor until the truth finally breaks through. Harvey Weinstein. R. Kelly. And now Sean Diddy Combs. Different industries, same story: charisma, control, collapse. It's like watching a Greek tragedy play out in real time, only this time the chorus is made up of bloggers and TMZ alerts. And look, I'll be real, part of what makes this story so fascinating and disturbing is how fast it's unfolded. Just a few years ago, Diddy was walking red carpets, giving motivational speeches about Black excellence, talking about legacy and love. He'd rebranded himself as a kind of spiritual entrepreneur, a vibe curator. And now? The same man who told the world to act like you got $1 million in your mindset is facing nearly 4 years behind bars. Talk about a plot twist. And remember, 50 months might not sound like much for federal time, but this isn't a slap on the wrist. The man's in his 50s. His businesses are under investigation. His assets could be seized. His reputation? Torched. It's not just a sentence, it's an erasure. And yet, if history has taught us anything, it's that celebrities love a comeback arc. So don't be surprised if, 5 years from now, we get a Diddy redemption documentary, complete with emotional interviews, gospel soundtracks, and carefully curated confessionals. Because in Hollywood, even downfall is marketable. But for now, the era of the bad boy is officially over. The parties, the mansions, the luxury jets, all swapped for a cell and a schedule. And maybe, just maybe, this moment will make the industry think twice about who it protects and why. Because as glamorous as fame looks from the outside, the rot beneath it is getting harder to hide. And that's the story, a 50-month sentence for a man who once thought he was untouchable. A fall from grace that even his billion-dollar brand couldn't spin. From champagne showers to courtroom tears, from mogul to inmate. The Diddy saga isn't just another celebrity scandal, it's a warning shot to the entire culture of excess that built him. So what do you think? Did justice finally catch up with Diddy, or is this another case of celebrity scapegoating? Drop your take in the comments, I know you've got opinions. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and join the Pop Break fam, because when it comes to breaking down the madness of fame, nobody does it with more caffeine and chaos than us. Thanks for watching, legends. Stay curious, stay loud, and I'll see you next time.